This is a very exciting activity, Make an Animal. So I suggest you put children in pairs to play this game, and they have to make an animal using Multilink. And by Multilink, I mean the cubes which can be attached on all 6 faces, as opposed to Unifix, which can only be attached on 1 face. So we're making an animal from Multilink, and different colours of Multilink are worth different values. The animal needs to be a total of 597 for this particular activity, but you can obviously adapt your total depending on the year group you're working with. So have a think about how you might adapt this as I explain the game. So I suggest 597 as a good total for a year 3 or year 4 or even year 5, early year 5 class. So looking at the totals we're using, we have the red Multilink cube, which is worth 50. So if I use 2 cubes, that's worth a total of 100. And if I have black cubes, each one is worth 25, blue is 20, and so on all the way down to brown. Now in this particular activity, I've adapted it slightly from the slide, which you can obviously do depending on the Multilink colours that you have. So we didn't have any pink, so I've got orange. So orange in this activity is worth 2 in the same way that the pink would have been. So here's my animal. And to add intrigue, the children shouldn't share with any other pairs in the class what animal they're making. They keep it secret, and then we've got to guess what the animal, so have a think, what animal have I made? And I also suggest there are no worms and no snakes. I hope that's for obvious reasons, because you end up with just a line of cubes, which does lack imagination slightly. So here's the animal I made earlier, and I obviously had to engage with addition, skip counting in multiples of different sizes. I had to subtract to ensure my total, to see the difference of what I had so far to make my total to 597. So then once you've made your animal, the children can take a picture of it and they can look at the total that they've made and look at one another's to check. So let's just check my total. So I've used 4 red, each worth 50. So that gives me 200. And I've used 12 black, and each of those are worth 25. So that gives me 300. And then I've used 2 blue. Each blue is worth 20. So that gives me 40. I've used 3 green. You can just see one inside there, look. So with 3 green, each worth 10. So that gives us 30. And then going to our orange, which we said we're replacing the pink, we've got 12 of those, each worth 2, so that's 24. And then finally the brown, we've got 1, 2, 3 brown, so 3 brown, each worth 1, so that's 3. 200 and 300 is 500. Then here we've got the 94 plus the 3, 97. 597. We made our total. Can you guess my animal? Yep, you got it. It's a dog.